Jalen, I know we're only a few hours removed, but have you been able to just kind of reflect on the past couple of games and what all of that whole experience was like for you?
I'm gonna be real, a little bit. I think on the plane I was able to reflect a little bit. Just I think my pathway to getting in, not so much the last couple games. Um, I don't know if it felt long to everybody else, but just like me, it just went by incredibly fast. Just around like this time last year, like I was preparing to, obviously get into the NBA. So, yeah, just kind of reflecting on that and, being grateful for kind of the stuff that went into doing that. So, yeah, I'll probably reflect a little more on the past couple games after I get some sleep.
For you guys as a whole, as a team, you guys have made a lot of strides this season as well. Looking back to the start of the season, I know you're probably taking in a lot at that part, but where you are now, where do you think you guys have grown the most as a group?
I think in short, we just trusted each other way more. Being young early on, you don't know who to like, where people are going to be at, or just like little nuances of, kind of where everybody's going to be at and how each other play. I think as the season went on, we've really learned to trust each other and kind of play within each other. And I know for me, like I've learned what guys are good at and, where I like to be on the floor and kind of where everybody else is going to be and just trusting each other in that way. I think we've done a good job of that, especially down the stretch. We showed, great flashes of stuff that we can do and kind of looking forward to, enhancing that during the summer.
A lot of rookies kind of slow down toward the end of the year. It's a lot of games. You seem to just kind of continue to improve as the year went on. What do you credit that to?
I think a lot, like the organization, in short, just is you kind of forget that it's a business here just because of how family oriented and I think everybody here wants you to succeed. So being open and talking about what hurts from medical staff or what I need to improve on with the coaches or kind of just stuff like that, or just having somebody to be able to talk to here, and things of that nature, just being comfortable, I think kind of attributed to, obviously me figuring out my path in that way. Even in the weight room, like figuring out what works for me to, get my body right to be able to play and do that. Because, like you said, college, you play 30 games, and, that's your season. In my sophomore year, we played like 12 or 13 of them. So to go out and play, I think I played like 76 or 77 games. To do that, yeah, just kind of attribute that to the organization. Just for me being comfortable to kind of come in here and use the resources that they kind of put out. That's what I would attribute it to.
What feel did you have for the Thunder before you got here? And then how did that change?
I think, yeah, just being family oriented. I think it's a togetherness that I think even past the Thunder just in Oklahoma, that there is, like people lined up at the gates yesterday at 4 a.m. when we got in. Like, I don't think a lot of places are doing that. So I don't even think it's changed even from when I got here and did the interviews till now. It's the same vibe, if not enhanced. So, yeah, I think that just shows how open it's been, that there is no change. And, I think, I can't speak for other organizations, but it definitely could have been somewhere where you go and you talk, and it might be one thing, and then you get here and it's completely different. But it's been the same in my however many months it's been.
When you were drafted, did you expect to be like, I know you're a confident guy, but did you expect to be a Rookie of the Year candidate?
I wasn't like too really concerned with obviously like the accolades that go into it. I think I'm that caliber of a player, regardless of that. But like I said, like I feel like there's doubts in every person's head. Coming from a small school, it's like, you can go on Twitter and everybody's kind of like, oh, why did they get him? Or, like, what is he kind of doing? Or everybody's kind of skeptical in that. So, there's like self-doubt that creeps into that. But I didn't really doubt my confidence going into that. It wasn't like I was going in and thinking, oh, I want to be Rookie of the Year. It was just more, I want to be able to be in a different position than what I was in when I started. And I thought I'd been able to do that. I didn't want to plateau, middle of the year and kind of stay the same throughout that. And like I said, I thought I did a good job of that as well, just constantly improving and kind of attacking the program. And I thought I've done a good job up until that point, and kind of ready to do the same thing for the summer and, get better in that regard.
And then on the team or within the organization, outside of Shea, who is your biggest influence, mentor to get you to where you are now? So comfortable.
You said outside of the team?
Outside of Shea.
Outside of Shea? Oh, yeah. Ooh. That's a good question. This is going to have mixed emotions depending on who I say. I'm going to say K. Rich, though. I think just being an older vet, there's just a lot of stuff. He's kind of been in the league the longest on our team. I think it's just, how he carries himself on and off the floor. Obviously him being hurt and still being our motor speaks to what he means to our team. Thought he's done a good job of just helping me along the way, especially, not hitting that kind of quote unquote rookie wall, kind of showing me the ropes of, taking care of my body, kind of what he does to prepare and how he gets into his mental zone to be able to go out and play a certain amount of games. Obviously 82 games is a lot, and it's easy for, the human mind to be like, I'm going to take this game off or this playoff. So I thought he did a good job with that, just kind of helping me out and figuring out different ways to kind of get in my zone and figure myself out.
Then, basketball related, what are some plans that you have for the offseason, some hobbies that you do, anything special planned?
I'm going to go to sleep for as long as possible. Outside of that, I think just spend time with my family. I think being in the NBA, I've learned that, you're gone for so long that you kind of take a lot of the moments that I was with them for granted. So yeah, just going home, honestly, like I said, sleep, chill with the fam, probably go see some movies. I haven't been able to do that, and I like going out and seeing movies, so I'm excited to see Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, so just going out and chilling for real, just sleeping. Yeah, that's my answer for sure.
What are your draft thoughts on Santa Clara's Brandon Pajemski?
Yeah, he had a great year. Definitely have been in contact with him, just trying to tell him, different ways to kind of stay ready during this process, and for him to kind of understand. Biggest thing is this process doesn't stop until obviously our season's over. So yeah, I wish him nothing but the best, and I'll be in his ear, through the whole draft process. He knows he can reach out to me whenever, but like I said, yeah, he had a legendary career out there. Literally in his only year there, he had a great season. He took his team and they played really well. So I'm excited for him and his journey. He knows he can reach out, and I'm looking forward to that for sure.
What are some of the things you want to work on or improve on in the offseason?
I think picking my spots better. Obviously, when you're playing in so many different positions, I think next year I'll have obviously a better clue than I did now of where I'm going to be at and things like that. Want to obviously increase my three-point percentage. I think that's just the way the game is evolving. That's something that can always get better. Kind of just, I think defensively I want to be, kind of watch what Lou does a lot more and kind of be that secondary or, help him out in that way. And I've gotten a lot of experience to be able to guard different types of players this year. So kind of taking that, I want to improve on that. And yeah, I would say probably my three ball, kind of get into the rim, learn how to draw a little more fouls, get to the free throw line a little bit more and kind of go from there.
Jalen, you referred to the versatility, both offense and defense. Did you know you had that in you?
Yeah.
Before this season, you knew the things they were asked of you, you were capable of before you actually had to do it?
Yeah. Props to the Thunder. That's something that it wasn't like a shock. I wasn't going into training camp and they were like, oh, this is going to happen. So it was something that they had talked about. Asked me if I was comfortable with it. Obviously, the right answer is yes. So, yeah, just going out there and competing. I think that takes up, every mistake that you can possibly make, just going out there and playing hard. But, yeah, that's just the confidence that I had in myself, and it helps when the coaching staff and the organization has confidence in you to do that as well. So,
And you sort of said that hopefully you won't have to do as much of that next year. Is that something you'd prefer to be in more of a streamlined role?
Not really. Being versatile keeps you on the floor, for sure. So that's not something that I shy away from and something that I embrace. obviously having Chet will definitely, like I said, clean that up. Obviously Poku will be back too, so we'll definitely have some bigs back to, probably keep me out of those situations with the 4 and the 5. But I think that makes me even more versatile because when we do have those rotations, we can always go small and kind of do that. So I'm looking forward to, being placed around in different positions.
Small sample size, but what did you learn about playing postseason basketball versus the regular season, and then what you can take from that going forward?
It's definitely a lot more physical. That was something that was exciting and fun to be a part of. I think just the atmosphere. We didn't have any home games here, but you could just kind of tell the buzz from here. And then obviously like in New Orleans, for example, like going out there, and I mentioned it before, just seeing like the red shirts on the seats before the game and seeing how fast the seats filled up. Usually people come in, and there's still people coming in the first quarter. To it being, a sold-out crowd, it's loud. Regular buckets are louder than what they usually are. And Minnesota the same way. People were cheering during layup lines, so it was fun. Definitely something, playing through adversity and coming together with all 5. And like I say, us being the youngest team in the NBA, I think that experience would definitely catapult us forward. But obviously next year you can't take any of the wins and stuff like that going forward. So definitely take the experience. I thought that was really good for us.
Full season with Mark now. Everybody else has said that he's a player's coach. Do you agree with that, or what are your overall thoughts of being coached by Mark?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a player coach for sure. I've loved it. I think just how open he is with me and, like, kind of where he sees me, I think is genuine. That's not something that, every coach has. I think for a coach to have a certain relationship with every player is rare, and I think he's done a really good job of that. I think he's been able to really help us be a young team. It's hard to coach it like a young team, and I think he's done a really good job of that, and he's been able to relate to us. So kind of just lets us do our thing, kind of gives us guidance along the way, and I think that's kind of been the best thing for us. So I'm excited for year 2 with him. So
pretty early in the season, you quickly became a fan favorite amongst the team, and you've had some unique interactions online. I just wanted to ask you about your perspective on just the unique dynamics of you and the fan base, because you see all the stuff where you're translating Shay's Instagram to posting memes and all types of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just something I used to do in college. COVID, you get bored. So I was just doing all kinds of stuff with the memes, and I don't know how the Shay thing started. I think we were just joking about it in the locker room because he was explaining it, and then I honestly, the season was a blur, but I remember like going through and like translating it one time, and I'm like looking at my phone blow up. I'm on Sports Center for translating it, so just stuff like that. And then, like I said, OKC, like the fan base has been super embracing. So I've loved every step of that. Just going out, like people are super nice, and we travel well on the road too. So it's good to have some life out here and kind of just interact with people and kind of show them that we're not above anything else and we're all on the same level. So it's cool to be able to come out here and interact with them.
How's puppy training been going?
Absolutely horrible. He does whatever he wants. So being his own guy. So he has some training coming up in June. So we'll get him right. But right now he runs the house.
Have you grown tired of the Jalen Williams jokes?
Yeah. I think we just haven't been on TV enough, so we'll work to change that. But, everybody, when they hear it the first time, it ends up being the broadcast joke for the whole time. Doesn't bother me too much. I think that's just something that me and Jay Will can laugh at. But it does happen a lot. Yeah.
Auburn has a decent prospect in Jalen Williams. Thumbs up or thumbs down when the Thunder drafted him?
That's beyond my pay grade. It would be funny to have 3 of us on. That would be. I don't know if that's ever been done. I don't think there's ever been 2 people with the same name, so 3 would be pretty funny.
Video of you singing Michael Jackson. It's semi-viral. Are you a big Michael Jackson fan?
I am, and I hate that that's on the internet. I think I put it out there, though. My friend posted it for my birthday. Yeah, funny video. That was when my hair wasn't like all wild. And that was when I could still pick through it. So,
Your favorite song?
Michael Jackson. Ooh. Ooh, I'm gonna say "Remember the Time" is probably my favorite song.
For your
Ask the
YouTube
question.
channel? Plans for a YouTube
yeah.
channel this summer?
Yeah. Do a lot of obviously workouts. Kind of take you into a day of life of obviously summer. That's something I don't think people see a lot. Kind of just what I do. I feel like everybody's pretty interested in what I'm doing when I'm not sleeping. So trying to do that. Like I said, I'll take a bean with me on the road too and go home. Probably get my parents in some of the videos. Everybody's super interested in my brother as well. Right now, just kind of his popularity and how it's growing, and the fact that I tweet about him every day. So, yeah, I'd probably get him in a couple videos and just kind of go from there. See what everybody wants. Yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out when I'm gonna go home and do all that.
Trey Man said he thinks Drake ghostwrites some of Shay's Instagram captions. What's just your stance on that conspiracy theory?
I second that. We talked about it. I definitely agree with Trey. I think somebody's helping him. I don't know if it's Drake, but Shay knows a lot of people, so I would not be too shocked if it was Drake. But I think he has a ghostwriter.
Speaking of the hair, you have any? Well, I remember we asked you halfway through the season what's your direction with your hair, and you weren't sure. You got any clarity on that now? You're gonna braid it up, dread it up?
I want to braid it. I might just go bald. If I'm gonna be in Arizona that long, it's gonna get hot. So, yeah, I don't know. I hope that didn't give you any clarity, but I have no idea.
Not really.
Yeah,
It's all good.
What would it take for you to sing on the internet again?
probably not much. I mean, I reposted it, so yeah.
Yesterday, obviously, Shea got to play against Nikhil, and have you thought about that? How cool that would be for you and Cody to play against each other in a couple of years in the NBA?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't really bring it up to him too much, just because he has a lot of stuff going on. That's added pressure from his brother that he probably doesn't need or probably hears every day. But yeah, that'd definitely be cool. That's something that he probably thinks about a lot. Something that I think about. It's a pretty rare occurrence for that to happen, and we're right in the range of age where we missed each other in high school. So yeah, that'll definitely be a pretty cool full circle moment.